Welcome back, everybody. It is a beautiful day because I get to talk about fragrances with you awesome, fine-smelling gentlemen of the fragrance fraternity. You guys make my day every day, and I can't thank you enough. Really enjoyed the community we're building here. We are at 700 members, and that is so awesome. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate every single person that has joined in, and as we continue to grow, I got some awesome announcements coming up and ways that we're going to incorporate well-doing and charitable acts and making this channel more than just about fragrances, making it something that goes beyond materialism, because that was really important to me when I started this. So I'm not going to say exactly what I've got planned, but we're getting closer to 1,000. We're getting closer to where I'm going to start unveiling some of these ideas that I have to really make our fraternity special and kind of set us apart from everybody else. Anyway, today we have 10 affordable fragrances. They're going to put your collection, they're going to jumpstart your collection. They're not going to make you spend a lot of money, but you're going to get some really awesome fragrances. They're going to have you smelling great, have you feeling hopefully really good about yourself throughout the day. Let's get it started here with Lattafa. This is Bade'e Oud Sublime. If you've been spending some time on Fragcom, on the YouTube webs, you're going to be hearing about this one a lot for good reason. It's really, really nice fruit punch type smelling, very fruity, mouth-watering, watery type of a fragrance going on here. Good performance here, and this is kind of like a 1 million killer. I love 1 million, don't get me wrong. I love me some 1 million, especially the Lucky, but you could use this in a lot of the same situations. It's like a $40 fragrance, 45, something like that, and you're getting a very interesting, fruity, unique scent profile here. It does lean a little bit unisex, but you can definitely pull this off as a man, and this is a surefire head turner, guys. And it works in the summer too. So if you want something that's got a little bit of pop, got a little bit of that it factor, got a little bit of that, what are you wearing? A bit of that, a stranger might come up to you and legitimately ask because it's so appealing factor to it. Lattafa Bade'e Oud Sublime. Really love that one and so stoked to have it. Next one up we have is going to be a little bit different. This is Polo Sport Fresh. So this one is a bit more of a basic fragrance, a bit more for like the gym and not super complex, but what it is a really good entry point into iris. So if you really like iris fragrances, this is a really solid iris freshie that you can wear pretty much everywhere, not going to offend anybody, and just a nice, I guess, clean take, a nice clean iris that's really inexpensive. There's some people that are big on the original Polo Sport and kind of follow through the line, and this one's a little bit blasphemy to them. But I wasn't really exposed to that whole line early on, I guess, so I kind of take these as they come, and I really enjoyed this one for $20. I think the quality is definitely on point, and one that I like to wear to the gym. So if you're looking for a fresh and clean, iris-specific fresh fragrance, Polo Sport Fresh is pretty decent quality iris for like 20 bucks, I think. Next one up we have is from the house of Burberry. This is Burberry Weekend. I kind of wish I got a bigger bottle of this because I really like it. Let me see. Look at the name. Burberry Weekend. You basically get this orange peel, very citrusy tangerine maybe type smell. It's like a freshly peeled clementine that you get, or like a freshly peeled orange. I don't know if you ever guys tried squeezing the skin of an orange. You get little citrus blasts that come off of it. Try that if you've never done it before. Peel an orange and squeeze the skin of it on your hand, and you're going to actually feel some of the water coming from the orange skin onto your hand. You're going to get that orangey smell, kind of like that you get here, and it's recreated pretty nicely. It is a little bit more in that 90s style, but it's excellent and it works really well in the summer, and I'm happy to have found this one. Burberry Weekend, another really great freshie with that orange vibe to it. Next one up is one I haven't mentioned in a while, but it's worth bringing up here. Hilton For Men. $20 will get you 100 ml. Beware, the atomizer sucks, but it's okay. It still works. This is a very watery cucumber type of a little bit of a tea vibe here going on too, but mostly a very watery, ozonic, cucumber, watery type smell. Pretty unique for the price and pretty distinct in kind of what's popular right now. This one really sets itself apart. You may have passed over this one thinking to yourself, how good could a Paris Hilton For Men, how could a Paris Hilton celebrity fragrance be, right? And I'm guilty of that because that's exactly the thought process that I was having. Probably 10 times that I saw this one before I actually went and picked it up. But it's pretty solid, and so you have to like cucumber though. So if you like cucumber, if you like watery, ozonic, very kind of breezy fragrances. Paris Hilton For Men's a good one. It's going to work in the heat too. This is not technically a summer list, but it is summer right now, so I'm just kind of, I guess, favoring those. But let's keep it going now with Vintage Green. We're going to change up the scent profile here. We're going to go green. Very herbaceous here, leafy, aromatic, a little bit of woods in there too. And it's a really stunning fragrance. The key with this one is when you try this one, try to catch it in the air. And I'm guilty of this too. I was looking at some of my past reviews where I advise you guys, don't smell it like this when you try it. Don't put your nose right into it. And what do? 2 fragrances later, my nose is buried into my hand trying to smell it. So, we're improving, but try to catch this one in the air and give it a wearing. That's the best way that you're going to be able to test this one, because when you smell it up close, you get kind of like this barn hay type of smell that is a little bit off-putting. Like, it really does smell realistic, leafy, realistic, kind of like hay, like barnyard hay or something. But when you catch it in the air, it's got this really refreshing it almost comes off a little bit more fruity in the air for some reason, but it's much more refreshing, uplifting, and the fragrance really works when you give it a wearing and you catch it in the air, which is the proper way to assess a fragrance. So 78 Vintage Green, I was looking for this bottle a long time and finally stumbled upon it, and I'm happy to have it, and it's quite a bit different from the other green fragrances that I have, so I've really been enjoying that one. Next one up we have is also a green fragrance. Let's keep the green fragrance train rolling for a second here with Lucky You by the Lucky brand. Look at that nice green juice. It's pretty cool, right? And this one is in that $20-$25 range as well. This does not pop up at rack stores, but if you see a Lucky store in the mall or something somewhere, that's where I got mine bottled. They usually have it on sale or whatever. Don't pay $50 for this. Pay, it's in that $25 price range is what this should go for. But this one is more of a grass type smell to it. There is grass. It's like a mix of a soapy and grassy fragrance, and doesn't come across too hay-like the Vintage Green, not as leafy, not as aromatic, more so of the soap and a little bit of that grass note in there as well. Decently synthetic, but smells great, and it's a really great young man scent. If you're looking for a good back-to-school fragrance and something that is decently unique these days, Lucky For You by Lucky brand is a good option. It's one that I like to go back to a lot, and one I really enjoy. It doesn't smell cheap at all. Just it's got like a little bit of a nostalgic vibe for me, like a mid-2000s nostalgia for some reason. It reminds me of the mall and just going to the mall as a kid for whatever reason. Next one up is one that I have not mentioned here in a while, but it's definitely worth bringing up. This is Montblanc Starwalker. So Starwalker is basically their take on Versace Mano Fresh, but it's got a bamboo note. It's got a little bit more of a woody facet to it, but still very light, fresh, airy, easygoing, and very uplifting, ozonic, watery, aquatic type fragrance here. Not super heavy, not super dense, the complete opposite of that, right? And this is one that I like to wear after work a lot. Sometimes when I'm driving back from work, I just hit this, and it's very refreshing, and it kind of wakes you up a little bit, and it makes you feel clean again, and just kind of like a reset. And this is really a good one to wear before bed. I think that's what it was made for. I think that's what the name Starwalker is all about. And it's basically just created to not be offensive to anybody, but there's something about the scent profile that I really, really enjoy. It's got a little bit of the aromatics of something like an Acqua di Gio, but don't think it smells like that. It's just got some of those qualities to it, right? And I get, unfortunately, not great performance out of this one. I get like maybe an hour, maybe, but I think that's just a skin chemistry thing, because I've heard from other people that they get pretty solid performance from this one. So it's kind of varies person to person, but Starwalker is a really great fragrance, and I like it just for the smell. I'm willing to look past the performance. That's how much I enjoy the smell and the refreshing take that Starwalker offers. So that's a good one to grab if you haven't got your nose on that one yet. All right, the next one up is one of my favorite affordable blue fragrances, if not my favorite. Still, I think the best in the line. This is Coach for Men, guys. Still my best in the line. Coach Green was giving it some heavy competition there for a second, and it's moved up to number 2. But this one still takes the cake, the original. It's got this really nice shower gel appealing vibe to it. It's got a nice youthful touch to it. It's got a nice kumquat fruitiness to it, and it's also got a little pear fruitiness to it. So it takes its own approach without going too far away from what's popular right now, I guess. And it's very much a younger man's scent. And when you compare it to something like Dylan Blue, which is something that gets compared to often because that's another affordable blue fragrance that I guess kind of competes against this one, you don't get the incense that you get in Dylan Blue that might make it come across a little bit more mature. So if you're looking something for the more youthful, kind of fruity ambroxan side, Coach for Men you can't go wrong with it. I really like it. Performance is on the lower side, like 2-3 hours, but again, the scent is so good that it's worth grabbing, even though it doesn't have the best performance in the world. If you're into this, like we are, like a lot of the people watching we are, and you favoring scent, you might want to go for that one. But if performance is the top of your hierarchy of importance, maybe skip it. So that's why I'm always going to try to let you guys know about performance and the various aspects. Let's move on. Enough rambling about that. Next one up we have is Chic for Men, guys. This is a really stunning fragrance and very, very slept on. Very slept on. If you like First Instinct, the EDT, the original First Instinct, or you like Banana Republic, Metal Rain, stuff in that Silver Mountain Water, ozonic, kind of salty, I guess, vibe, Milestone or Millésime Imperial, stuff like that. If you like any of those fragrances, those watermelon type synthetic fragrances, you're going to really like this one. And this one, I would say it's like, imagine 60% First Instinct, the original, and then maybe 40% La Nuit de l'Homme. It's definitely got a nice cardamom note in there that spices up just a little bit, but it's more of a sweet cardamom really than a spicy cardamom. And it's a very fresh, ozonic, easygoing, easy to like fragrance that's got that nice watermelon vibe to it, and it's highly slept on. You can get it for a good price now. And the quality here is really good. I get like 3-4 hours of performance, so it's about average. And this is one that you can definitely overspray, so don't be afraid to overspray this one. But this one is so stunning, guys. So stunning. And if you're a fan of any of those aforementioned fragrances, this is really one that you should try. This is Chic for Men by Carolina Herrera. Really love that one. And just a quick thing about this one. I think this cap is kind of cool. It's very light, but I like this square design of the atomizer. I'll give it a spray for you guys here. Like, really good atomizer, really good. And I like this cap, how it's square and it clicks into place there. Nothing special, but I do enjoy the design of that. All right, last one up for today. This is one that has been popping up a lot at the rack stores lately, and I would say grab it before it's gone. It's 20 bucks and it's amazing. CK1 Reflections. So I've been finding mostly these come up in the women's side, and that's one little hack. Don't be embarrassed to go check out the women's side, because I've seen some really good men's fragrances that are in the women's side, or some really good unisex stuff that happens to be on the women's side. The workers at these places, they don't always know what fragrance belongs with what gender, so they just kind of put it out there. So it's always worth giving a glance to the ladies' side to see if there's anything over there. And this one is certainly unisex, so you could wear it man or woman. So this one has a nice frosted glass look to it, which I always really like, and pretty much looks like all the other CK1 bottles, right? Let's give it a spray here. Decent atomizer, but oof, this one is so good. Fruity, like a Trident, or like that fruity Trident flavor. I can't remember exactly one, but there's one Trident gum flavor that is very fruity. It's like the citrus orange one. That's exactly what this smells like that Trident gum, but in the form of a fragrance. There's never a bad time for CK1 Reflection, especially in the summer. This has been staying on my rotation table. I've not been able to take it off because it's just so easy to pull off, and I just like to spray it randomly. This frosted glass catches my eye, and I'm just like, yeah, I want some of that. I want some of that like juicy fruitiness or whatever. Very appealing, and for 20 bucks, it's a great blind buy. So I don't often advise blind buying, but if you like fruity, if you like fresh, kind of watery, good summer frags, CK1 Reflection's a good one. That's it for today. Appreciate it. I'm trying out some new lighting situations here. I'm going to keep refining as we go along. I appreciate everybody watching. Not going to drag on too long. I'll be coming at you again soon, God willing, with another video. Keep this thing rolling, keep this fraternity growing, keep being strong, keep feeling great out there, keep putting in that work, keep growing, keep feeling good, keep smelling good. All right, take care, everybody. Peace, guys. Appreciate each and every single one of you. Take care. Later.